And how's it going, guys and girls? Me, Uncle, welcome back on my channel, and yet again we are here to play DDLC Blue Skies. And yeah, I know, I haven't played in quite a while, almost a full week if I can say it like that. Either way, here we are back again. So, without further ado, let's get back into the video. As we know, we are now playing Yuri's Road. I'm looking forward to see how this is going to be. Not to forget that this is the festival, and the festival goes horribly wrong. So let's see if I can skip the old festival. Oh, yeah, I think not. Yada yada. Wait a bit. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. Oh well. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. I smiled, putting my phone away. Her personality even shows through her texts. Let's skip this. I put down the banner I'm holding and grabbed one of the pamphlets laid on the desks. Yeah. Just then Aski bursts into the room, carrying a box that positively towers over her. Yuri trails behind her, clutching a large duffel bag nervously. Skip. Natsuki unpacks her box to reveal 4 trays of cupcakes stacked carefully on top of each other. Hey! I jump at the sudden outburst. Yeah, help me lay out these cupcakes. Then if you don't mind, sir, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her back, to which Sayuri nods cheerfully. I'll ask you with our cupcakes while Yuri and Sayuri start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monica continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully arranged her cupcakes in a neat formation. Each cupcake is topped with a white icing and some kanji written in the variety of different colored frostings. Oh, this looks really good. Great idea to make them literature club themed as well, Natsuki. Yeah, it was a good idea, huh? I wrote down words that specifically have to do with poetry in our poems too. She picks up a cupcake to show me. See, this one says create. Isn't that kanji for use? Eh? Natsuki furiously checks over the rest of the cupcakes to see if more miswritten characters. I glance over at Sayuri and Yuri. Yuri is on the floor, painting her inspirational quote on the banner in white paint. I guess she figured out where I put the banner herself. Meanwhile, Sayuri hung up the kanji curtain in the doorway and it's puzzling over the essential oil setup. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit but also the spirit of his friends. Yes, it's a quote by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Yeah, seems like a pretty fitting quote. Yes, I thought that I would summarize our experiences in the club quite well. I'm finished with the littering, so if you wouldn't mind, that is, could you help me hold my chair steady as I pin this up? Of course. Yuri pulls a chair up to the front of the classroom and climbs onto it, tearing it slightly. She grasps the banner tightly in her hands as she reaches up to attach it to the wall. The chair gives a threatening wobble, but luckily I managed to steady it. It's okay, Yuri, I've got it. You don't have anything to worry about. Thank you. Is it just me or does she look like she's starting to blush now? I feel my cheeks begin to heat up as well. I didn't say anything weird, did I? When I help her down from the chair after she's finished, she looks more bashful than ever. Man, how do I always make things so awkward? Good question. Looks like all the preparations are almost finished now. I feel like there's something missing though. Suddenly I noticed the large bag sitting forlornly by itself to the side. That's Sayuri, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's skip. I already know what is going to happen here, and I don't want to hear it again. Let's give it. This is all fine. Yeah. I'm not doing Natsuki's road, so I guess now I can take Monica's. I don't know. I don't like to do this kind of decisions. Monica, let's go. Something tells me that this is going to make me very unpopular with Natsuki. I brace myself for what's going to come next. Natsuki, come on. You know better than I do that Monica loves this glove. It's only natural she would want to share it with the rest of the school. Seriously, you are actually taking her side. I can't believe this. What are you talking about? I've taken your side last time. So why? No, it's not like that. I'm not taking her side. It's just what? What exactly you're trying to do? Don't try and backpedal. No, that's not what he's trying to say at all. He's just, of course, you're jumping to his aid. Shut up, Monica. Monica looks furious, and for a moment I think Natsuki has finally gone too far. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, evidently trying to contain her anger. Jeez, Natsuki, don't you think that was a little out of order? You didn't have to shout at her. What would you know? You haven't even been here for 5 days. Why is everyone making me out to be the bad guy? You've only been here for 5 days, yeah. No, you haven't even been here for 5 days. We have been here. Remember what Monica said she would make sure people weren't going to be rude during our performances? Wow, congratulations, she sure did a fantastic job with that. I mean, it's not like anyone wolf whistled at Yuri or anything, was it? Some enforcer you are. Yuri, you're going too far, little kid. Her bitter, sarcastic tirade continues, to which point once a ring the atmosphere. I'm the only one who can see this for what it is. It's just Monica trying to use the club to boost her popularity. And it sickens me. You think we are all just what? Some sort of pawns for you? Explain why you didn't even consider our rule tanked. What we all worked to do this. Or why you let everyone just walk all over us. No, you're just being ridiculous right now. Why wouldn't I want to hurt all of us? It's not exactly been easy on me either. Natsuki lets out a snort of derision. You? What would you of all people know about life being hard? Monica blinks, looking like she's been slapped. Oh, believe me, a slap would be even funnier than this. Yuri, yuri. Monica blinks, looking like she's been slapped. It's easy for you, Monica, with your role as the queen of this school, everyone liking you, all that crap. You have such a perfect life and all. Never having to defend your interests, never having anyone to ridicule you for the things you like. I share class with those assholes, you know, and you can bet they're gonna have a lot of fun telling everyone else about it. About how much of a loser we all are. And guess what? This is all because of you. I can practically hear the venom dripping from her words at this point. It's absolutely horrible. No shit, Sherlock. Come on now. Why do you have to be mad? Yeah, yeah. Face it, Sayuri would be better present than you could ever be, and with that a sickening silence falls onto the room once more. But this time, it's a million times worse. Holy shit, that was a good one, not gonna lie. Even though, the fire in Natsuki's eyes is blazing and quiet sobs can be heard from Yuri. Sir miserably hugging herself and completely lost for words. Monica is wearing a stony expression on her face, looking both enraged and heartbroken. The whole club awaits for her to reply to the bombshell Natsuki just dropped on her. But without a word, Monica turns on her heel and walks out of the door, the impact of Natsuki's words hanging in the air behind her. No one knows what to say for a few moments. The heavy silence remains. Will exchange looks. Yuri is meekly wiping her eyes on her sleeve, and Sayuri is standing around awkwardly. Natsuki, on the other hand, is refusing to meet anyone's gaze. She looks like she's regretting her words a little bit. You think so? I bet she doesn't regret anything she said. Oh, guys, please, can we make sure that never happens again? It was awful. That was a horrible experience, to say the least. Without Monica to restore the order and keep things going, the club suddenly feels very aimless and disorganized. Natsuki, I know you're angry, but can you please find Monica and apologize? But please, I know you're feeling a bit guilty over what you said. After all, you were a bit mean. Natsuki grumbles something under her breath. No, it's okay. I'll go find Monica. No offense, Natsuki, but I don't think she would particularly want to see you right now. I wish as the words leave my mouth. That's probably a more diplomatic way to saying it. Natsuki glares at me. Fine. As I turn to leave, I silently motion to Yuri and Sayuri to try and talk to Natsuki. Sayuri nods and Yuri nervously swallows. Is that a good idea? I don't believe so. Get it. Now, where would Monica go? She would probably want somewhere quiet where she could be by herself, right? Which rules out the classrooms, the courtyard, and the cafeteria. The only two places coming to mind are the girls' toilets or the rooftop. Well, I'm hoping it isn't the girls' toilets. Yeah, you and me both. Make my way over to the staircase that leads up to the top, thinking about how this conversation is going to go. Uh, Deadly, I suppose. Will she even want to talk to me? She didn't even say anything as she left. Was she that upset? Kinda. Although, given what Natsuki said, I really wouldn't blame Monica. Guess there's only one way to find out. There's a door at the top of the stairs which opens out to the rooftop. Bracing myself, I put my hand on the cool steel door handle and push the door open. Man, the view up here really is something. I shiver as the wind cuts through my blazer. It's a cold and desolate place, a fitting setting for what just happened. Look around and there she is, leaning slightly over the barriers, at the edge of the rooftop, face turned away from me. Not a peep sound from her, not even when the wind slams the door behind me closed. Monica. No answer. I slowly approach her, making a little noise as possible in some illogical attempt not to scare her away. You look pretty upset, so I thought I would come to find you. I trail off, mentally berating myself not to at how weak that must have sounded. She stays completely still as I slide up next to her, leaning on the railing. so that I can see her face. I don't know what I expected, but her expression is oddly calm. Monica, beautiful view, isn't it? Yeah, you could say that. Is that the reason you came up here? It's part of it. On days like this, the wind and the eternally stretching blue sky make me feel like I can go anywhere. On days like this, kids like you should be burning in hell. It feels freeing. There's something comforting in the possibility of getting swallowed by that blue sky. Being able to simultaneously take control and lose control. Monica, well, I know that you're obviously not okay. But I'm not asking if you're okay to know if you're okay. I'm going to ask if you're okay so that you can choose to talk to me about whatever if you want to. Let's give an opportunity to open up. So, you okay? A thin smile appears on her face. Progress? That's sweet of you. To be honest, I didn't expect you to have any tact at that at all. Me neither. Yaga yaga. Me neither. Did you expect that I would be crying up here? Contemplating suicide or something? Don't worry, I wouldn't do it just because of the festival. Well, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to cry it out. You know, I actually thought that I would cry at first. But maybe I'm all cried out. Guess I've came to terms with all the things that Naski said already. She says such weighty words so casually. What Naski said wasn't true, Monica. I think that you're a fantastic president. I hasten to try to give less empty words after she arches an eyebrow at me. And I'm not just saying that to cheer you up a little. Remember what I said to you before the festival, during our little pep talk. She faintly nods. Well, I'm going to reiterate it anyway, because it's important you're aware of how much I mean it. Thank you for everything. You took me in when I really needed. I remember how I said earlier that I have remember how I said earlier that I've been feeling lonely? Yes, sir. Yada yada. She nods again. Well, that's how things have been for me recently. I haven't seen much of my parents lately, and most of my days I would spend alone. All of that have changed when I joined your club. You were also friendly and welcoming. Not once did you ever turn me away because I wasn't a poet. I mean, between you and me, I know my poems weren't the greatest. You have a lot of potential. I did like your poems. Well, I'm glad you think so, but anyway, that's beside the point. You accepted me for who I was and was always willing to help me. And more pointedly, you've created something that three other girls hold dear to their hearts. Definitely the sign of a good president, if you ask me. Monica looks down for a moment, as if composing herself, and then meets my eyes with a smile. Thank you. It really means a lot. Like I said earlier, hearing all of this from a newcomer really does make me believe I've hit the goals I set for myself. All I wanted was to create a little heaven that people could call home, no matter their writing ability. Well, take it from someone who joined only a few days ago, then you've definitely succeeded. Also, had you not made this club, I would, if you have Also, had he not made this club, I would never have gotten to meet Yuri and Naski, or been able to hang out with Siri again. Nor would I have gotten to get to know you better either. And that would have been a real shame. Eh? I playfully nudged her, receiving a nudge back. This past week was probably been the happiest I've ever been in a long, long time. And that, it's all thanks to you. We share a smile, one that I'm now sure is completely genuine and on Monica's part. Don't really know what to say. It's okay, seriously, I just wanted you to know how I felt. Anyway, Natsuki was a bit out of order in her words, but honestly I don't think she meant it. I'm guessing she were just running really high. And you know, better than I do, how fiery she can be. Yeah, yeah, I know she was just upset, but hearing those words, it hit pretty deep, you know. I tried telling myself not to take her words to heart because I knew she was just upset, but it was the line about Sayuri being a better present. Don't know why it got under my skin so much. It was just spite, Monica. People say awful things that they don't mean when they are upset. Yeah. Sayuri and Yuri are talking to her right now, and I get the feeling she wants to apologize but just doesn't know how to. Well, that's definitely something Natsuki needs to work on, by the way. Thank you for making the effort to find me. It really means a lot. I'm suddenly struck by the situation I'm in. Here I am, alone with one of the most attractive, popular girls of the year, having a heart-to-heart. Probably a situation most of other guys in the school would kill to be in. My fate heats up a little as I process the heartfelt, rather vulnerable scene we're both in. Ah, you're welcome, Monica. Nothing to thank me for. I sheepishly scratch the back of my neck. We should go and find the others, though. Don't want them to worry or anything. We stand up and make our way back to the door. Hope so. It wasn't exactly nice to be told you have the perfect life and that you never experience any difficulties. As we make our way back to the club, I just hope Sayuri and Yuri were able to talk some sense into Natsuki. The last thing we need is another argument. She is silent as we wordlessly make our way back to the classroom. We finally arrive. I squeeze her shoulder as she takes a deep breath and walks in. Ah, they're back. Yuri and Sayuri hurry over to us, looking worriedly at Monica. Meanwhile, Natsuki remains standing off to the side by herself, arms folded. Hey guys, I'm alright, really. Taking some time outside helped clear my head, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Not to mention, he was real help too. I'm relieved. It was a frightening prospect, considering losing our club president. Yeah, and now that everyone's calmed down, we can talk things out. Natsuki, why don't you come to join us? Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Wait a bit. I guess you are my little pog champ. She drags her feet as she makes her way over to us, and notices Monica fidgeting with the hem of her skirt, and smile reassuring. Nice smile reassuring at her. Okay, so I'm here. Natsuki's eyes dart up to meet Monica's for just a second. So, there's an awkward silence as Natsuki's voice trails away. Sari raises a eyebrow at her, causing the smaller girl to return with a glare. Think that what Natsuki means to say is that she just said all those things in the heat of the moment. A crime of passion, as it were. Yugg. That one caught me off guard. A crime of passion, as it were. Hey, jeez, I can't speak for myself, okay? She says that, but right, I'm gonna get this over with. What I wanted to say was that I didn't mean it when I said that you were a bad president. I mean, I guess it's pretty clear that you care a lot about the club. Sarah nods vigorously at her, egging her on. Yeah. It's just that those jerks pissed me off so much that I blurted out random things and needed to vent. Well, I won't lie, it does seem like you always get special treatment because of you're so popular. But then again, I wouldn't know what you have to go through. You're on a totally different level from the rest of us. Natsuki, anyway, that's all I guess. I've always seen you as a friend, and I hope that you'll still be able to see me as one too. There's tension in the air once again as we anxiously await for Monica's response. Natsuki shifts back and forth on her feet, looking like she almost wants to run away from the scene. Thank you for saying that. I'm not going to lie either. Your comment doubting my presidency hurt. It's definitely not true though. You're a great president, Monica. Yeah, your brothers all together. Without you, we wouldn't have become friends. And I wouldn't have been introduced to the world of poetry. I agree, it's an amazing feeling to be able to talk to like-minded individuals. Yeah, as far as presidents go, we could definitely go do us. And so what if you nudged us into the festival? I guess it's only normal for a president of all people to want the club to grow. Thanks. I guess that after all that, I have no choice but accept Natsuki's apology, eh? I mean, it would be really great if you could. That's certainly an understatement. We all turn to look at Yuri, surprised at the glimpse of a humorous side to her. Did I say something strange? No, Yuri, you're so funny. Eh? Let out a breath as I've been subconsciously holding. It seems like everything turned out well in the end, at least as well as they can, given the circumstances. Okay, everyone. And with that catchphrase, everything seems alright in the world once again. Totally forgot to mention this, but we still need to clean everything up. I'm sure that all of us working together, though, it won't take that long to... I'm assuming everyone's just going to skip the festival and go home after this. I'm pretty tired after all the stuff that just happened. As am I. Same here. I wish I could leave too, but I have to shift in my class cafe after this. It's alright though. Everyone gets moving. Then you can all go home. Everyone starts cleaning up the room, myself included. Yuri and Natsuki start packing the essential oil setup and cupcake trays, respectively. Yuri. Meanwhile, Sayuri, Monica and I pick up everything left on the ground and desks. It's like we're erasing all trace that the festival ever happened in here. Although, I can't help but think that there's still lingering intention in the air, despite Monika's cheery expression. I have a feeling that Monika might just be putting the club before herself in this case. But the only thing I can do now is hope that everything will feel better tomorrow. It will be pretty nice to get home from school early. For a chance. For a change and be able to relax, although, now that I think about it, really... Now that I think about it, I really only know anime and video games to look forward to. I guess that everything that's happened today is going to be plaguing my mind tonight. Probably. Morning already? Yes, indeed. Skip, skip, skip. I quickly flip to where I left last night and begin reading. It's really quite a captivating book. If all the novels you read are like this, I can see why she would be so absorbed in them all the time. Although maybe she is just rubbing off on me. I'm in the middle of the chapter when I feel a tap on my shoulder. Oh, is that you? Looking up from my book, I see Yuri standing over the other side of the table, as if on cue. A thick dark book is snugging resting under her arm. Ah, I'm sorry if I startled you. I am just a bit surprised to see you here. I see. Okay, let's get back to it. I suppose I was just a bit surprised to see you here. Give me some credit, Yuri. I can enjoy a good book too. Oh, I didn't mean to insult you or anything, it's just... I was trying to make things more comfortable with humor, but predictably it fell flat. I should have remembered that you tend to take those sorts of comments more to heart than other people might. Relax, I was just kidding around. I see. Yuri's shoulders visibly relax. Would you mind if I asked you what you're reading? Oh sure, it's actually Portrait of Markov. Your eyes light up at those words. Ah, I'm very glad you're liking it. That is, I assume. Haha, don't worry, it's a real good book. You're receiving a little relief. Then I stand by my first statement. Anyway, speaking of books, if you're enjoying Portrait of Markov so much, I would like to introduce you to other books like that. Yeah, that would be great. I have full faith in your taste when it comes to books. A small smile plays across Yuri's face. Actually, I just had a thought. Yuri. again. Sorry, just I have a lot to take care of here. Actually, I just had a thought. I know a wonderful place nearby that we could go right now if you would like. Huh, really? Isn't it a library or something? Haha, I suppose it's related. Well, lead the way. Wasn't doing it much here anyway. Thank you for coming along despite the short notice. It's no bother at all, really. Again, I can't help but feel amazed at how much here is taking charge. It's really quite nice seeing her break out of her shell a little bit. But I guess I'll start leaning a bit more about her as each day passes. Wait, what? Her shell a little bit. She does have an air of mystery about her still, but I guess I'll start learning a bit more about her as much as the day passes. As each day passes. Yeah. The two of us start heading away from the library. So, where are we headed, Yuri? I intended for it to be a surprise. Do you not like surprises? If so, you have my deepest apologies. Nah, it's fine. I'm just curious, it's all. This is like some sort of adventure, huh? Well, I suppose, if that's how your imagination wants to interpret it. I would be inclined to agree. Even though I'm currently with Yuri, the situation reminds me of the times I used to spend with Sayuri back when we were kids. Always running around the neighborhood acting like we were on some grand adventure. Sayuri, I haven't spoken to her since the festival fiasco. Maybe it would be a good idea to... Hey, is everything alright? You seem to have spaced out a little bit. No, it's nothing, I'm just thinking about things. I see, well, we are almost there. Just a little bit further to go. This is not a library at all. But still, if you wanna go with that, then sure, why not? Continuing onward, we pass through some trees until we come to a small clearing. Oh wow. Yo, this gives me vibes from Fruits of the Literature Club. Yada. Before us is an amazing sparkling lake. Gentle waves dance delicately across the surface, carried by the soft wind. Isn't it wonderful? It's lovely. I've always liked this pond. Oh, you have been here before then? With Sayuri. Years and years ago, that is. I see. Well, I don't know about you, but I find this place is the perfect place to come when I need to read. Need a bit of space to myself. Oh, do you come here often then? Not as often as I did when I was younger. For a split second the pained expression crosses Yuri's face. Some days where she shakes her head. Anyway, perhaps I can give this to you. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a moderately sized book. Here, I think you'll enjoy this one. Yuri, you don't have to go out on your way for me with this. It's okay. I've read this one so many times. It could do with a new owner. Besides, the best thing about a story is how it can be shared. No matter who reads it, or never going to find two people with the exact same opinion. You're never going to find the people with two opinions, the same opinion. Well, that's true. Depends if they are if they are twins, maybe you'll see it's people with the same opinion. I don't know. They don't share the same mind, but maybe they have the same thoughts. You never know. You never know what twins are thinking. That's the stuff. Because they are the exact same. How do you see the differences in a twin and another? You cannot like see who is one of them. Yeah. That's why most of my friends are not twins. When I have friends that are twins, things get complicated. Never mentioning names. That's what I do. It works so far. And well, Yuri nervously plays with her hair. After you've been so kind to me, I wanted to do something nice for you too. I see. Well, thank you very much. I'll definitely give this a read and let you know what I think. I turn over the book in my hands. The cover is hard and glossy, the pages showing small signs of wear. Yes, Yuri wasn't lying. She must have read this book at least 50 times. I wonder what makes this story so important. Yuri. Wait. I wonder what makes this story so important. As I turn back towards her, I notice how intently she is staring at the lake's gentle surface. When was the first time you came here? She looks over at me quizzically. You said this place was special to you, right? I want to know why you feel that way. Right. She sighs and leans on the wooden guardrail. I quietly stand by her side. Well, I suppose one day when I was younger, things were particularly hard. Do you ever have those days? Where nothing seems like it can be good again? That's pretty dark, isn't it? So, something about this place makes you feel better. Not quite. I just came here one day. Not absolutely certain how I found this place, but I remember running a lot. Before I knew it, I was out here. In the seas of chaos, things felt serene, however briefly they might have. Everyone needs a place they can call their own, somewhere they can decompress without worrying whether or not someone will intrude on them. And here is that place for you? Yuri nods. It's peaceful here. The sound of the water playfully lapping at the shoreline, the plush grass below, the nurturing trees above, providing a loving shelter to embrace me in the midst of the elements. It's the kind of thing I really missed. Have you shown this place to anyone else besides me, like a parent? Yuri pauses, staring in front of her at nothing in particular. I might have. This is the kind of place my father would have enjoyed. He used to do watercolors in his spare times, you see. Does he not do anymore? Yuri doesn't respond. Maybe you could bring him down here sometime. It might give him that bit of inspiration he needs to get going again. That's a good idea. I'll have to do that. Okay, probably her parents died. She's living alone. And you're pressing her to talk with her dad, and her dad is dead. So yeah, I don't know if this is the best advice you could give, but sure, let's go with that. Hopefully he enjoys it as much as I am right now. This place really is incredible. Yuri smiles softly. I'm glad. Maybe sometime we could come by again. Or maybe her parents are divorced, and she cannot see her dad. Get it. I'm glad. Maybe sometime we could come by again. Yeah, we could bring like a blanket and have a bit of a picnic. That sounds nice. I'll hold you to that. Yuri giggles. I'll look forward to it. I feel my face flush at the idea. A picnic with Yuri. There's something so playful about that. I chuckle to myself as I image in my head. Yeah, that would be nice. The two of us continue to pass the time looking over the lake. I'm surprised at how content I am just to sit here with Yuri. Normally I would want to do something a bit more exciting, but right now I'm perfectly fine with this calmness. However, Yuri begins to shift uncomfortably. Yuri, is everything okay? She jumps, apparently not expecting that. Ah, yes, I am. There's just something I need to do that I just remembered. She quickly gets up, nervously picking at the cuff of her sleeve. I'm sorry to leave on such a short notice. Please don't think I'll ill of me. Yuri. Huh? I stand up to meet her eye level. You really got to work on your self-confidence. You apologize for a lot of things that aren't even your fault. You don't even know about that. Yuri. Yeah, Yuri. It must be so difficult having that going through your head all the time. Yuri looks around, unsure of how to respond. You're really too kind. I mean it. You're a wonderful person, Yuri. Yuri blushed slightly. Well, I shall we head back now? Only if you promise you'll be a bit kinder to yourself. Okay? I'll try. Thank you for coming to see the lake with me today. Thanks for inviting me. I had a lot of fun today. I'll see you on Monday, okay? Yes, see you then. Wait, weren't you on vacations? Let me know what you think of that book. It's very dear to me. Of course, take care. With a polite wave, Yuri walks away. I'm happy I got to spend some time with her, but I hope she's doing okay. I feel like there's something she's not telling me. I'm probably just overthinking things again. Maybe I should just crack open the book Yuri gave me. If it's about cutting herself, then yes. Okay, alone together. In this twisted plot, it was destined for me. I'm an astronaut in the ocean, on the ocean floor. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call me. And these people talk too much. Put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean, yeah. Okay, so just this last message, and I guess I won't have any more problems to keep recording. Yuri yuri. And sorry for the singing, I'm not a really good singer. It's another Monday. Letting out a loud yawn, I drag myself through my morning routine. Maybe staying up to read wasn't my best idea. Now that I think about it, I actually can't remember the last time I stayed up to read something other than manga. Yuri must be rubbing off on me. Probably. Lately I've been eating breakfast more out of force of habit than anything. And anyhow the pantry and the fridge are starting to look like Sayuri's stomach. Empty. Maybe I can ask Yuri to go shopping with me. That would be nice. I finish my food quickly and make my way out of the house. After a moment Sayuri walks up to me. Hey, she is bouncing up and down on the balls of her feet. Hey Sayuri, what's up? I'm just happy to get back in the swing of things. What, is Natsuki bringing in more cupcakes? Oh, I would like her to, but I'm not sure about that, given everything that happened. No, I'm just glad to get back in the normal routine, without all the hula-bulu of the festival, I mean. Eh, what's so funny now? Hula-bulu, such a weird word. You're a weirdo, Sayuri. Nah, you're no one to talk. And so the pot calls kettle black. Kettle black. Wait, what? Is that really something? We eventually arrive at the school and head off to our respective classes, Sayuri sending me off by sticking her tongue out at me. As I approach my classroom, my train of thought takes a sharp turn as Sakurai smiles at me. It looks like he's only just arrived himself. Morning, sir. Ah, looky, how are you doing? Very excited, of course, learning about my favorite subject with my favorite teacher. I'm going to act tactually interpret that as non-sarcastic. I laugh. We enter the classroom together. As Sakurai opens his mouth to begin lesson, some fast footsteps suddenly stop right outside the door. Ah, Amy. How nice of you to join us. He raised his eyebrow at her, a mischievous glint in his eyes. Cutting it rather fine, aren't we? I'm beginning to think you would rather be out on the field than come to one of my fascinating lectures. Sorry, sir. She starts bowing slightly, her cheeks red. I lost track of time and rushed over as soon as I realized it. Don't worry, I would much rather be here. She walks over to her desk quickly as Sakurai begins class. Boo, that's everything done for the day. As my last class ends, I let my feet steer me towards the club. Walking down the corridor, it's absent-mindedly appearing the empty classrooms passing by. A couple of students chat to the teachers in one classroom, while a ring of friends laugh together in another. Wait a bit. Yeah, really. Huh, they look fun to be around. Wait, isn't that the green-haired guy from the festival? Yeah, hard pass. Must suck to be someone in that class. Fortunately, all of the club members are in different classes. Speaking of which, that's Yuri coming up now. And, Yuri isn't there? Should I ask her to walk with me to the club? Well, no harm in trying. Hey, Yuri. Yeah, that was a strange, albeit cute sound she just made. Yeah, hey. Sorry for my outburst, I was just surprised. You're good. What are you still doing in class? Everyone's gone by now. So she's the last one here. Ah, about that. She motions towards the stack of textbooks on the desk. I was the last one out of the classroom and my teacher asked me to deliver these to the students' council room. She hefts them up in her arms and as she speaks, hugging them to her chest. I suppose I should get on that now. Could you let the others know I'll be late? Hold on, I can help you with that if you want. Ah, no, I can handle it. I can't ask you to take on my responsibilities for me. This isn't a serious request. It's no sweat for me, really. It's really alright, I would feel bad if I couldn't do even this myself. But they look pretty heavy, you know. They are really not, so you don't have to worry about it. Additionally, the students' council room is rather close by, so I'm guessing that she just doesn't want to be bothered over this. After all, those textbooks can be that light. Should I just take her word to go ahead and help her? Dude, I don't know. Who do you think you're asking, pal? I'm not Sherlock Holmes, I don't fucking know. We have two options. Help her, let her handle it. I don't know. There, alright, but feel free to ask if... No, wait, no, please don't. I want to help her, I want to know what's wrong with her, but I don't know. I probably just mess up, but still, just give everything, let's go. I want to help her. I don't know why, but I want. Yeah, we already know Monica's, so it's meh. Yada. I'll offer myself to help her once again. Because I want to spend time with her, maybe she'll just cut herself again, that's no good. Help her. On an impulse I reach out and take a stack of books from you. Ah, hey! It's seriously fine, I'm happy to help you out this way. But it's no bother here, in fact I insist on carrying the stuff for you. Besides, can't let a girl do all the dirty work, right? Don't see what my being girl has to do with anything. Well, you know, shoot, looks like that was the wrong thing to say. What I meant that you're my friend, so... Well, wanna get going then? I told you that I could do it myself. I wasn't trying to be coy or anything. Guess you really did want to carry them yourself. Damn, it's too late to take it back though. Hey, you know what? How about next time I need some help? I'll call you up. Alright? That way we're even. I suppose so. Okay, I don't know if this was the best option, but let's go with it. We set off down the hall and soon enough we are just about in front of the students' council room. I'll wait for you outside, okay? Alright, it shouldn't take very long anyway. As she turns to take the textbook from me, her ankle happens to twist beneath her. Ah! Almost as if in slow motion, Yuri tumbles to the ground, landing in an ungainly heap on the floor. Ah! The redness blossom in her cheeks, that only lessened by giggling and staring by the bystanders passing by. Here, yeah, help. I reach down to offer my hand, but she springs to her feet without taking it, avoiding my eyes by staring down at to straighten her skirt. You're not hurt, are you? No, it's fine. Here, I can take the books now. With the books back in Yuri's arms, we awkwardly stand together without saying anything for a few moments. Wait here for a moment, please. She quickly shuffles into the room in front of us, re-emerging in a minute later. Wanna get going now? Yuri nods in affirmation, opening her mouth to speak. However, she's interrupted by giggling from a couple of girls standing nearby. They were there when Yuri tripped. Don't tell me they are laughing at her. Judging by Yuri's expression, it looks like that conclusion she's drawn. She buries her face in her hands, and I can only imagine how red her face is. Can't believe I... Hey, Yuri, it's okay, really. No one's gonna care or remember what happened in a few minutes. Well, those giggling girls aren't helping my argument, but what else am I supposed to say? Come on, let's just leave them and get over to the club. You can distract yourself with books there. With a sig, Yuri drops her hand from her face. She doesn't say anything, instead opting to shoot me a miserable look. Let's go. You'll feel better when you're back with the others. A few moments later, we arrive in front of the club room. So, how are you doing? How's your ankle? However, she elects to enter the club room instead of answering me. Well, to be fair... However, she elects to enter the club room instead of answering me. Well, to be fair, it was pretty much your fault for carrying those books. Yeah, it was pretty much my fault for choosing that route. Yeah. Following Yuri into the club room, I call out her name. Yuri, trouble in the paradise? Ah, sorry, Hey, something wrong? Hey guys, sorry, I just really need to talk to you right now. Yuri, can we talk outside? Alright. Quickly shuffle Yuri out of the club room while attempting an apologetic face at the others. Yuri. Wait. I'll just be boring you for a little bit, guys. Carry on with whatever you were doing. Yuri, sorry, but did I upset you? Huh? What do you mean? Well, you didn't answer me when I asked you a question before. Oh, I must not have heard you. Really? I can't tell if she's simply making an excuse or not. Sorry, I just don't particularly feel like talking right now. Yuri turns her face away from me, a sheet of silky hair blocking her from view. Suffice to say, I'm feeling rather off balance right now. You don't have to tell me about it if you don't want to. But just know that I'll always provide you a listening ear. But just know that I'll always provide you a listening ear. Thank you. Sorry about assuming things when I took the books off your hands. I just really wanted to help you. No need to apologize, there's really no logical reason for me to be upset over it. She sinks deeply, closing her eyes. Don't know why I feel the way I feel. Is it strange to say that I don't understand myself? No, I don't think it's strange at all. I think that a lot of people could relate to that feeling, including myself. It probably takes a lot of emotional intelligence to truly articulate why you don't feel so hot. But please, don't be afraid to contact me if you ever need help. For that matter, don't be afraid to contact any of the other girls as well. I'm sure they pick up the phone pretty fast. I think you mean quickly. Eh? Never mind. Well, I'm glad to have your support. Yeah, of course. Would you like to head back inside now? Kiddos must be wondering what we are doing out here. Oh, alright. Wouldn't want to keep them waiting too long, I guess. Yeah. Monica arches an eyebrow at me as I head back inside. You're trolling along behind me. Had a pleasant conversation then? Sure, pleasant enough. Geez, next time you spend half the club time standing around outside and forcing an actual integral member of the club to do the same, just don't bother to come. Integral member? I mean, it's not like I mean anything special by that. It just mean that you're one of the big four, like the original members. So yeah, don't look so deeply into it. Nazca's asking you not to analyze words is like asking me not to eat. You know, it's not saying much if you're part of the big four, when there are only 5 members of the club. You know what I mean. Looks like Natsuki fonder of Yuri than she lets on. Hey, stop ganging up on me. Oh, it's good to be back. Is it? Is it really good to be back? I don't know. Today Yuri and I are going out shopping together, and judging by the sunny weather outside, it looks like there's some pathetic fallacy going on. Can't even remember the last time I went food shopping of my own volition. I'll have to admit, I was surprised when you messaged me about it. Yeah, it just gets kind of boring for me personally shopping alone. And I figured that you would make great company. Well, I can't say I can relate to being bored while shopping alone. I actually rather enjoy spending that time with my thoughts to myself. Oh, guess that does make sense. Not to say that I don't want to be here right now. I mean, it's a nice change of pace being able to talk to someone and gather their opinions on different products. And I did have to buy more groceries too. No worries, I get you. You know, you kind of sounded like Natsuki there. Huh. Yuri's pretty cute when she gets flustered. Nearly have to bite my tongue to stop myself from teasing her so I can see her get flustered again. Careful, Luke, she's not Sayuri and she might not respond as well to teasing. Although she probably wouldn't respond as badly as Natsuki. We do know that. Cigarettes! That calls my attention for some reason. And there's the store. It's no different from where Natsuki stole stuff. Yuri and I pick up shopping baskets as we enter the store. By the way, what items are you looking for? Oh, just some basic stuff, like ramen and frozen noodles. Pretty much just instant food. Oh, I see, I can almost feel the judgment. Notice myself, learn how to cook something that takes more than 2 seconds to make. A guy who can cook is never a bad thing. Well, you could say that again. Do you happen to have everything else you need then? What do you mean? I meant things such as vegetables, spices and the like. Yeah, those are hardly ever in my house. Actually, I don't have that stuff at home. I just make pre-made food. You know, food that you just need to heat up or boil for a few minutes. Do your parents usually cook you meals and buy the fresher ingredients then? I wish. It would be great if my mom was home more often to do that. Although I can't be ungrateful, the reasons why she always, all the time, is because she needs to raise me as a single mother. And that's definitely not an easy task. I actually do most of the cooking since mom's usually out to work. Ever since she got this huge promotion, she had to travel the world on business trips to see clients. Oh, I see. She looks away for a moment. What about your father? Oh, well, my parents got divorced some time ago. Ah, I'm sorry. You don't have to talk about it if you prefer not to. No, it's fine. I've come to terms with it already. Everything was all fine and happy when I was a kid, but my parents gradually started arguing more and more as I grew up. Now that I look back, I think it was because my dad took my mom for granted. Like, even though they both worked, my mom also cooked and cleaned and did all the usual homemaker stuff. They started getting more and more stressed out because everything until they finally split. I ended up with my mom and my dad just left. I think he has a new girlfriend, but I haven't seen them a lot. I don't know, I just feel kind of weird whenever I think about my dad having a new partner. Yuri gazed at me with a gentle look on her face, surprising her eyes all the gentle understanding in them rather than pity. Sorry, didn't mean to go on and on about it. I usually bottle this stuff up, so I guess it just floated out. That's alright. There's no need to apologize. I can't say I have much experience with dealing with divorced parents, but if you ever need to vent about it, I'll be there. After all, it's only fair if I reciprocate. Thanks, and yeah, just having someone to listen helps. We moved through the aisles and in a companionable silence for a while. The light from the fluorescent strips overhead shined brightly off the jars and packages we passed by. There's a small clinking sound as Yuri softly drags her fingertips across a row of jars containing kimchi. So, your parents do the most of the cooking. I typically prepare the meals. Oh, what do you normally cook? She takes a moment looking at some of the food in front of us. Some of my favorite foods are fish-based. There's nothing as delectable as teriyaki salmon in my opinion. She stands up straighter as she says this, a smile growing on her face. I really do enjoy home cooking. Most people look forward to eating out at restaurants, but I've always preferred eating comfort foods at home. Sometimes a simple rice dish is all it takes to warm you up inside. You should actually try making one sometime. They're very convenient and extremely quick recipes. Oh, can you give me some recipes then? They hardly need recipes. The one that I usually reserve for breakfast is egg rice. I assume that you have a rice cooker at home, yes? Huh, who doesn't have one? Well, that simplifies things a lot. You have to do this: make a bowl of rice, fluffy white rice, and dig a small dip in the middle of the rice. After that, you crack a raw egg in the middle. Season with soy sauce and rice seasoning mix it together with your chopsticks and you're done. Huh, that does sound really simple. Although I think I ran out of rice seasoning a long time ago. Well, you can pick some up now. It's really delicious dish, despite of perhaps because of its simplicity. The frothy lightness of the egg, paired with the subtle sweetness of the rice and rich favoriness of the seasonings. I actually like to sprinkle on some chopped green onions at the end too, for that extra bit of crisp freshness. Man, my mouth is watering at this point. That's what comfort food does to you. One of my guilty pleasures is even simpler though. Sometimes when I don't have the time to energy to cook, I take cold leftover rice and pour some hot tea over it. Wow, you're more of a tea lover than I thought. It may sound strange, but it's delight when I pair it with slice of pickled bacon. And it's not bacon, but fuck it. No, I get it though. When I was a kid, my mom used to give me leftover rice drizzled with soy sauce if I begged for a snack whenever she was too busy to cook me something substantial. Now that I think of it, now that I think about it, it probably tastes similar to egg rice. Most likely yes. I do enjoy making more complicated side dishes to accompany the rice though. Vegetable stir fries are dishes that I return to quite often. I do enjoy the combination of sweetness and umami. The way the way an onion's sharp sweet tastes pair with other vegetables such as mushrooms and bell peppers really satisfy my appetite. Wow, you're quite a chef, huh? She starts blushing and puts her hands together. I mean, I just know some family recipes is all. Once you understand the basics of cooking, it's quite easy to make something appetizing. If your cooking is anything like your poetry, I would love to learn from you. Not aiming to be a master chef, but if I could learn even just a bit from you, I could probably mix up my dinner some. As we pass through a freezer aisle, I fill up a good portion of my basket with bags of frozen dumplings. So you do. So you really like dumplings then? Well, while I do like dumplings, this brand of gyoza is a bit special. Yui stares at the freezer for a moment. How so? Well, I guess they hold some nice memories. Even though my mom did make homemade dumplings sometimes, my dad and I always liked this brand of frozen dumplings the most. Guess it's kind of become one of our favorite meals despite being, well, a frozen food. That always drove my mom crazy. My parents have always been busy with work, but we tried to have at least one meal together as a family every day. Then after a while we went from having them every day to every other day. And for a lot of those meals my mom ended up making the gyoza because my dad and I wanted them. Why didn't you try making them yourself? Well, we tried, but my dad and I always burnt them. We tried boiling them too, but I prefer them fried. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of conditioned to associate these dumplings with good time spent with my family. Oh, I see. For a moment Yuri is lost in thought. So, do you still burn them then, or... Hey, what kind of opinion do you have about my cooking? Never burnt them anymore. Well, I rarely burn them. Yuri giggles at my admission. I suppose you've made quite a lot of them then. Sure have. A miraculously haven't gotten tired of them yet either. Actually, there's a funny story attached to one of the first times I tried making them myself. Wait. Actually, there's a funny story attached to one of the first times I tried making them myself. Oh, what happened? Do you remember when I talked about how Sierra almost burned her house down after she tried cooking? Yes, I believe I do. Well, that was the time we tried making these dumplings ourselves. I left Sayuri in charge when I went to the bathroom. Then I started smelling smoke accompanied by her yelling from downstairs. Apparently she tried to pick up the pan the dumplings were frying and somehow burnt herself and flipped the pan in the process. Well, dumplings were scattered on the stove. Those poor dumplings. She started panicking and before she dumplings were on fire. I am just glad her parents kept a fire extinguisher underneath the sink. It sounds like you had quite the time. Yeah, and luckily Sayuri wasn't burned much by the pan. All's well that ends well, I guess. Hmm, it seems like these dumplings are to you, as oolong tea is to me. How so? Well, she picks up a package of oolong tea. When I was younger, my mother always made fresh tea when I arrived home. When I was younger, my mother always made fresh tea when I arrived home. Guess I'll just end this episode when this day ends, and then I'll do a second one, I don't know. Occasionally it was another kind of tea, but we usually had a oolong tea. At first I was indifferent to tea, but over time I developed a taste for it. Now whenever I drink it, it reminds me of her. That's really nice, Yuri. Guess we're more similar than I imagined. You know what? I have an idea. How about we cook something together at my house this weekend? Are you certain? I mean, I'm not exactly an expert at preparing food now. Well, good thing I'm not an expert either. That way we can learn together. I see your point there. Would Sunday morning do work? I apologize, I have some obligations that I must attend on Sunday. She looks up and away after a moment, waving her hands. No, not that I don't want to spend time with you. This Sunday is usually a day I spend. She turns away again. I'm guessing she's lost in thought. Either way, she just really likes whole wheat bread. What about Saturday night? Yes, that would work. She let out a sigh of relief and continues walking with me to the checkout. With everything paid for, we start the walk home. As I turn to speak to Yuri, though, I spot a small flash of pink. Hey, look, it's Natsuki. Yuri starts speeding up a little. Do you want to say hi to her? I don't know. She seems like she might be busy. Besides, don't you need to get your dumplings in the freezer? I mean, I guess, but... I guess she does look busy now that you mention it. And there's always tomorrow. With one last glance back, I start walking away again with Yuri. Yuri sigs a bit as we continue walking. I'm guessing she wanted to talk to Natsuki but felt too anxious to do so? Probably. Yuri sigs a bit as we continue. Yeah, oh, okay. It's alright, Yuri. It's a bit scary to do this kind of stuff sometimes. You'll be able to practice in talking more at the club. Yeah, I'll try again another time. Let's go. The walk back is rather quiet. Is Yuri thinking about what happened? She looks off to on the side in quiet rumination all the way back. Well, here we are. Guess we should split up for now. Goodbye then. Hold on. I say that without thinking, but I just feel a compulsion to not leave things the way they are. Don't sweat it too much, Yuri. It might be hard now, but with a little more practice, I'm sure you'll be able to speak more freely. After all, you were able to make me feel welcome when I first joined the club. So if you can do that in theory, you could do it with others too. That's true. Thank you for your kind words. I'll definitely talk to Natsuki at school. Oh, and you too, of course. Haha, I'll be looking to it. And this day was okay. It's Saturday, yes it is. And it is for tomorrow because I only do an episode per day because I still have a lot of stuff to do. Let's see. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was it for today, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment about what you thought of it, and well, I'll see you guys on the next episode. See you on the flip side. Goodbye, pals.